Hi guys, it's Amanda from ChemWithAmanda.com. My husband Dale and I have been getting a lot of questions regarding what curriculum we use to homeschool our daughters. Our daughters are in pre-K and second grade. So today I am going to quickly show you the 4 things we do for classical conversations, math, language arts, and Bible. So as a classical conversations family, we are in foundations, which is the first level of classical conversations. When Holly turns 10, we will probably bump her up to essentials about that time. So for foundations, all you need is this foundations guide. This is going to have all of your memory work for all 24 weeks of cycles 1, cycle 2, and cycle 3. And so I'll just give you an idea of what I mean by memory work. So I'm going to open up to a random week here just to give you an idea of what we do for classical conversations. So each week we have math. So this is week 4 of cycle 1. We learn how to skip count the 7s and the 8s. We learn first declension noun endings in Latin. We learn science. So this week's science is what are some parts of a plant cell. And in English that week, we would do prepositions, a few prepositions. Each week we add on some history facts to make a timeline. We also do a little more detailed history paragraph. And then the geography usually corresponds to the history, not always, but corresponds sometimes to the history that you're doing that week. We do fine arts. So this week it was learning about abstract art, and they do some abstract art in the class with the other students. And then the science this week was learning about pollution, and they do a science experiment together. And then you go home and you reinforce all the memory work that they did together each week. And of course, they make it a lot more fun. They sing songs, they do dances, they do all sorts of things to help them with that memory work. So that is one thing that we work on each week in our homeschool. For math, we use The Good and the Beautiful. My daughter Holly is in level 2, and Sarah, I am very gently introducing her to level K. Even though she's 4, she'll be 5 in March, which is coming up soon. The Good and the Beautiful is awesome. It is a religious curriculum. It talks about God in almost every single lesson, and it refers to His creation frequently. I like that it has a theme, and there's a lot of reading and kind of storytelling that goes along with it. So for example, the theme in Holly's level 2 right now, there's several themes, but right now the theme is a family who is raising money for a children's hospital by selling donuts at a booth at the fair. And so the kids are going around, well, first of all, you're dealing with money. So that was part of a money topic that we did. And then the kids are going around to other booths. They learned about symmetry by looking at quilts. At the fair, they looked at 3-digit numbers and comparing, writing greater than, less than, equals to, by looking at like weights of different animals. They were looking at 2 pigs, which one weighs more, 2 cows, which one weighs more. So lots of fun things based on the theme that they're doing at the time. For Sarah's, the theme is right now about a family who owns a farm and they have bees. And so obviously she's relearning how to count, she's learning how to add simple numbers. So we're doing a lot of counting with the little bee manipulatives. We're having 3 bees on the flower and 2 more bees come in. How many bees do we have now? So it's really fun, and I really like the themes, and I highly recommend it. Now this, some of you will notice, is the old Good and the Beautiful math. They have totally redone their math and made it a little bit more simplified, so it's easier for the parents to prep. So I am so looking forward to that next year, for this being simplified and a little bit easier to prep. Another thing I want to say about the Good and the Beautiful is they're doing amazing things. Their new math is $50 for everything. For all your manipulatives and everything, it is $50. But you can also do the manipulatives yourself and get their PDFs for free. So you can actually get math for free from the Good and the Beautiful. And I just think that's amazing that they're doing that. It's amazing that they have that option for families. For language arts, we are using, for Holly, we are using Logic of English. We are in part D. So there's A, B, C, and D. So this is the last part for Holly for Logic of English. I like Logic of English because it is everything. It is spelling. It is a complete phonics program. It is handwriting. It is reading. It is a complete language arts program. So I don't need to be out there, saying, oh, we need a handwriting book, or it's all built into this. We did not do A because my daughter was already reading pretty well when we discovered this program. We started with B and now she's on D. Couple things I would say about Logic of English. I think it's a fantastic program. It is time consuming. It's very time consuming, but it's a complete language arts program. So, it's gonna be time consuming. Another thing I would say is that they say, and I don't know where it's written, oh, right here, they say that it's for ages 4 through 7. I would love to meet the 4-year-old who could even start at level A on this. I think that would be a little bit ambitious. My youngest is 4, and I kind of looked through the A because I do have A, even though Holly didn't do A, and I thought, not quite there yet. So I'll look at it again next year when she is 5, and it might be the right fit, but I would say 4, it says ages 4 to 7. I'm not sure about that. At least 5, maybe even 6 for my daughters. And that doesn't mean that's for everybody. So for Sarah, for language arts, what we are using is Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. This is a fantastic way to teach your child to read. It is not a complete phonics program, so some people maybe won't like it because of that. But if you just want to get your child reading in a very quick, easy lessons, this is the way to do it, in my opinion. Sarah is currently on lesson 52, so I'll just kind of open it up and show you. They learn a new sound. They go through and kind of review what they know, and then they go through and read some words, review some more sounds, and they read a story. And what I really like about this program is that you cover up the picture and they read the story. And you kind of ask them some questions as you go, making sure that they understand it. And then you say, well, what are we going to see in the picture? And then you show them the picture, and then you ask them some more questions that they can prove to you that they really comprehended what they read, what they just read to you. So I think it's a great book. Holly made it through lesson 60 in this book, and she just didn't want to do it anymore. She was just over it, and she was reading so well at that point that I just let her stop at lesson 60. You can see that Sarah's on lesson 52. And she's going strong, and she really likes it, and she has fun with it. We have fun with the little stories. They're fun to read. They're kind of funny, quirky little stories. So I think it's a great book. I think it's a great program. Again, it's not a complete phonics program, but she'll get that later when she does move on to Logic of English, which again will probably be next year, if not the following year, when she's either 5 or 6. All right, last but not least, of course, our Bible. So we started out our year with leading little ones to God. If you are ready to move beyond the basic Bible stories, this is an excellent, excellent book. I could not recommend this enough. You go through and you read kind of a study, and then you have some questions to talk about, a Bible verse to memorize if you choose to memorize, and then some suggested reading from the Bible. So you're actually reading from the Bible, not just simplified versions of stories from the Bible. You're obviously not reading a whole lot, but a little something, and it always, of course, relates back to the main topic that you just studied for that day. They also recommend different songs to sing. We did not always do the songs, but a couple times I would look up the songs on YouTube and I would play them for my daughters. And when I did that, they really, really enjoyed it. And then they close out with a prayer, gets you going with a prayer. And then of course we always added our own specifics to the prayer based on what we needed to pray for in our family. After that, we went on to Kim Sorgen's My Brother's Keeper. It is a Bible study specifically for siblings to help them appreciate each other and to help them understand why God gave you siblings, and to help them just get along better and appreciate one another more. So I thought this was an excellent study. It has a little place for them to draw pictures, or if they're able to write, like my older daughter is able to write. So if you look in hers, you'll actually see more than just pictures. You'll see pictures, but you'll also see some writing. Well, maybe. I don't see any right now. I bought the parent guide. You don't have to buy this, but the parent guide is something you would do in advance just to get you kind of thinking about the lesson that you're going to go over with the kids the next day. However, I did not read this to my kids. I only did this on my own to get me thinking about the topic for the day. And then the next day when I do the lesson with my kids, I would read from their book, not from the parent guide. So you could save some money by not getting the parent guide at all, because I would say my only issue with My Brother's Keeper might be the price. You know, it kind of adds up when you have to buy. I had to buy for 2 kids. Some people might have to buy for more than 2 kids. And then I bought the parent's guide. So it kind of adds up in price. However, it is beautifully done. They send you all sorts of stickers. They send you buttons. And it's just a fun program to do with the kids, because there's a lot of more involvement for them to write in their little journal, to write in their own little book, to draw pictures in their own little book, to decorate it with their stickers as they see fit. So that is what we do for our homeschool. Hopefully that helps some of you out there and answers that burning question of what we use in our home for our pre-K and second grade daughters. Thanks for watching.